All right, Dad Random here real quickly. If you have the Pocket 3 and you notice there was an update, okay, so I'm not saying that there's this massive update. You should be really surprised and excited. But what I do want to do is recommend something out of that update that I think is super important. And it has to not do with the camera as much, you know, unless I guess you're into the different, well, specifically a couple of the different things in the update, which include, here, let me just show you this really quick. Things to do with D-Log 10-bit in both HDL and D-Log. And this is so helpful for some, you know, and then it gets into some other things about, you know, mainly supporting 1080 and live capture. So if I'm using this as a live capture, I can select 1080, 60 or 50 frames if I'm using this as a webcam. Some other things I haven't tested, like the selfie flip in time lapse. I like to do time lapses, but I don't like necessarily use selfie in the time lapse. So we'll have to see there how that's really going to affect us. But the really big thing that comes with this, it's the mic. So it's the DJI mic, and what I want to do is, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Mostly you just connect your camera up to your phone, launch the MIMO app, and you're in business. And these small electronic devices, it's not always that easy. Sometimes you have to use, you know, a chip and a bin file. And what DJI does is they give you the bin file online, but it's a really simple process, and I just want to show you how to do that really quick. So I'm really excited about the transmitter being able to record basically as a backup. And to me, that to me is the big addition, is that we can use that your transmitter will act as a backup and give us a backup recording. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it'd be great if it would do that. And then DJI says, fine, we'll do that. So this does have a card memory space in it. I don't know exactly what it is. I haven't even tested that. But what I want to do is show you. So simply put, all you have to do is download this file. So I'm going to go to the DJI site, and at the very top, now I know this is small, but when you go to the Osmo Pocket 3 site, go down to where it says firmware, and it says bin. That's the first thing, Osmo Pocket firmware 4.02.01.13. And this will allow you to make that switch. Okay, so you download the bin file by clicking this button down here, okay? And I already have the bin file downloaded, but it just takes a second. I guess I could download another one. But remember, it's the transmitter, okay? That's what we're downloading. So there it is. It goes into, if you're using Google, it goes there, and it's a TX file. So that's what we're looking for. You can open up that TX file, and you'll have this little TX file right there. So you grab that little TX file. I'm going to just put it up in this corner. There's some other stuff that I downloaded, all those different things that I have. But right there, so it's DJI Wireless Mic 2 TX V04, and it gives you the number, all right? So you take that file. Now, the next thing I got to do is I got to connect this to my computer. So use your USB-C cable, connect it up. Let's see if it'll do it. I'd like to do it live so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm basically just connecting I'm connecting it up to the computer, and I'm launching it, okay? And of course it vibrates in my hand, and then I need to go and open up a window and find it in as a USB drive. So I'm going to go ahead and find it. And I think it's drive F for me, and it's empty. Oh, no, that's it. That's not it. It's not drive F. Sorry, not drive F. It's the other one. It's drive G. So let's go there. Yeah. Let's see. Please insert disk in drive G. Maybe it is drive F. Let me just double check. Hopefully it's recognizing everything. And we'll double check that. See, everything always works wonderful when you do things. I'm going to open up the File Explorer and see what happens here. But anyway, it should come. Yeah, there we go. I found it now. It's coming up with me as drive L, sorry. But anyway, one of your drives is going to be it. You click on it, and basically you get this empty screen, okay? This empty screen represents the root directory, okay? So and that's where I want to put this bin file. And it's very simple. It's a drag and drop process. So you drag the bin file into drive L, just drop it right there. I'm not going to do it because I already did this. I'm not going to update it again. And when you drop it in there, you basically have, and then it saves it in that file automatically. Just make sure you see the image in there. All right. So if I drop it in there, let's do it anyway. And there it is. So my file is in there. So what's going to happen next is when I disconnect, okay, when I disconnect my transmitter from the computer, it's going to automatically go through a firmware update. And there's a red and a green. Let's do it. Let's do it for science, okay? So it's on there. I am now going to disconnect my device. And since it's already loaded in here, I'm just getting this blue. Okay. If the firmware wasn't updated, it would blink green and red. You'd get this green and red, and it'll go through the update. All right. And that's all you got to do. And if it doesn't work, then just do it again. Drop it in, open it up. It took me two times because the first time I accidentally put the wrong file in there, and it won't do anything if it's got the wrong file. Okay. But if it's got the right one, it'll go through that. And you know it works. So let me just finish up here just so you can see. So you'll know it's working. Now it's saying, see right now it's saying, hey, I'm working, I'm on. Okay. So if I go and I turn on my pocket, it'll go through the setup and it'll basically say, hey, okay, now I'm getting a solid blue right there. And you see where it says, anyway, it's basically, you're now seeing the, right there. Now you're seeing it, the mic is now active because you can see the meter right there, the sound meter. So everything's working. And that's pretty much it. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure it's in there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. But when you want to go into the mic settings. Okay. So you'll go into your pocket and you'll open up the mic settings. And then when you get in there, there'll be an about or an info. And that'll tell you if you're in the right firmware, which is 040201.13. And that's the one that I have up here posted. So it's this little file right here. And you'll see that same number inside of your. Now, what that does is that updates only the mic 2 firmware. So this mic 2 firmware now is updated to the new version. And now it will do an internal recording. And I believe inside of the menu, you can choose that. You can choose to update or for that to do that, the backup recording. And we want that because every once in a while, you get a something that happens. Like say I go too far away range-wise from my device. I get too far away. And it disconnects, or you'll get some kind of crackly thing. This will create a voice recording that is consistent. Okay, and what I'll do in the next little bit is I'll show you that recording and what it looks like, that file. I think it's called an ACC file, something like that. But anyway, it creates that backup, and it's so nice to have that. It's literally like a lifesaver many times when you're using a wireless device, is that you get that recording that you can count on. So, anyways, I just wanted you to see that update. Other than that, that's the only thing that I'm really excited about when it comes to, everybody has their the thing that they use the most. And to me, I need these things working together. And because of that new update, that really was helpful. And like I said, there was a lot of reviewers that were looking for that change. They were looking for that addition. So it is now active within the Pocket. The Pocket now has that recording function. But those were the big ones. I guess go ahead and put that away. Other than that, if I look through, and we look through together, let's go back to the studio display. It says when shooting in slow motion, this will allow you to capture scenes at greater detail, giving you so you get the 10-bit in both of the log formats, the DAW formats. And a lot of people want 120 FPS 10-bit. And that's really, important, because you're going to get that extra detail when you're doing when you're doing that slow motion, that cinematic stuff. A lot of people do like skateboards. They'll do people in action, and usually the action is faster. But when you slow it down, it creates more drama to whatever they're doing. It says a built-in mic audio backup. That's the big thing. Function and settings is when enabled. So in your audio backup function, inside you can disable that audio backup, which is I was saying that I wanted to verify. There it is. Camera record audio through a built-in microphone. Save it as a separate WAV file. It is a WAV file, WAV. Audio file, let's see, which can be used to pick up environmental sound when connected to the mic 2, transmitter, or an external mic. So that's that. Anyways, you guys can read through that. It says, note, this function is not available in low light mode and or slow motion. So usually those formats, you're not recording sound anyway. Like there's nothing worse than slow motion audio, that. Then it says, they added support for the webcam mode that you can put in 1080. Like, for example, I'm in 1080p right now. And if I wanted to run my camera, why would I want to run it in 4K? It's hot. It gets hot when it runs at that higher frame rate and that higher resolution. So I would run it in 1080p 60 and not 4K 60, because I don't need that. This is when in webcam mode, swipe up to set the frame rate. You can also set the camera output rate to 25 or 30 FPS and change the PAL NTSC. So if you're in Europe or in the United States. And a selfie flip, like I said, I didn't. But the big thing, like I said, is the transmitter. I really think that's a great feature. I think DJI is out to constantly make things better. So yes, I'm excited for that little tidbit of additional function. So thank you so much, DJI, for that. So this is, once again, this is firmware 04.0201.13, just like it's on the thumbnails. All right. And that will give you that backup, which is super cool. All right. That's all I had for you guys. I am out of here. But I appreciate you guys checking that out if you did. If not, I will leave a link on there for the DJI site so you can quickly reference to it. And for Dad Random, I am out of here. Thank you. But that is the little firmware update, which is a nice little surprise always when DJI basically is putting out a product. They like to save us some little tidbits right there. So right up there, you see the 102.06.04 version of the update for the camera, and then 04.0201.13 for the firmware for the mic. So mic 2. All right. And yes, the mic 2 is working awesome. I haven't had no problems with it at all. Yeah, so that's all we need to. Sometimes you just got to make it fast and quick. That's what she said. All right, later. Bye.